Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. Woo! What a game! What a game yesterday! What a game yesterday! What a game! I'm gonna try to keep this video brief as possible. My question is to the 76er fans. No, I'm not really trying to trade Joel Embiid. I'm not really trying to trade Joel Embiid. I just want to know what y'all think. But sometimes we have to make hard decisions to be great. Sometimes you're just gonna have to make a move. No, I do not want to trade the MVP. I really don't. But Joel Embiid, I'm starting to feel like he cannot be the best player on a championship caliber team. There has to be someone, either the point guard or a wing player has to be the best player on a championship team, or you have to have a very, very, very good Robin. And we don't have a very, very, very good Robin. Tyrese Maxey can grow into that, but he's not there yet because of his age. But he's definitely on his way there. All right, so yeah, that's my question. Do you think we should trade Joel Embiid? And for what? What would you take? I'm going to put a trade out there, right? And I have no clue on the Warriors, like their draft pick capital, because I know they traded for KD a few years ago. But I'm thinking this, right? Let me get to the game real quick. Let me get to the game, because this is my point. Joel Embiid, 15 points, 8 rebounds in a Game 7 to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. 15 points, 8 rebounds to go to an Eastern Conference Finals. They gave up on the game they had. You know how when a dog is scared or a cat is scared, they put their tail in between their legs. That's exactly what they did. They gave up in the third quarter. They gave up on a game that could potentially get them to the Eastern Conference Finals. They had a chance. Even if he was down 14, 15 points, you have enough game time to come back, to make a comeback. But they just gave up. They quit. I don't like quitters. I think he quit. I think the whole team quit. I'm going to get to James Harden. I'm definitely going to get to James Harden. But let me just put this trade. Let me get to James Harden real quick. James Harden. James Harden can go. Ain't no ifs, buts about it. I don't want him. Don't want to see him in a Sixer uniform. Get rid of everybody. Get rid of everybody besides Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. And possibly trade Joel Embiid. Possibly. I'm not saying to do it. I'm saying we might need to consider it, because he doesn't have the mental toughness to, when it comes down to it in the playoffs. The regular season MVP is all good and dandy, but we won a championship. We haven't won since 1983, and that effort that he put out yesterday was absolutely distasteful, disgraceful, terrible. I don't even know enough words to even come up with how bad that was. But it was terrible. And Tyrese Maxey had no chance when you got your superstar MVP playing like crap, and you got a overrated James Harden that chokes in every playoff situation, especially elimination situation ever in his career. But James Harden can go. I don't want James Harden whatsoever. Do you hear me? The GM of the 76ers, Daryl Morey, can you please not try to keep James Harden? Can you please get rid of everybody besides Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid? We don't want Tobias Harris. Trade Tobias Harris. If there's any way you could trade Tobias Harris, trade him and get something for him. Please. But let me get to the trade real quick, and I'm going to go back to the game, and I'm going to go back to what I think we should do. All right, so Joel Embiid. I don't really know the Warriors situation when it comes to the first round picks, right? But let me look up the Warriors, right? Because they got a couple of pieces that I wouldn't mind having. If we was going to trade, I think Joel Embiid will go to the Warriors. I think he would do pretty darn good with the Warriors. But let me look up the Warriors, their roster. Because this is who I would want. I would want Jordan Poole, right? I would want Jordan Poole. I would want Andrew Wiggins. And I would also want, what's his name? What's the Bulls' name? The guy they drafted, and they just, I can't even think of the guy's name. But Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins and like 3 first-round picks. Would y'all do that? Would y'all do that? Would y'all pick up Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, and 3 first-round picks for Joel Embiid? I mean, I think that's a pretty good trade. I think Jordan Poole has a lot of, he can definitely get better, and he's a pretty good point guard. Him and Maxey can definitely grow together. Andrew Wiggins is still a pretty good forward. He ain't the best, but he's pretty good. And then you got 3 first-round picks to work with. I'm not really sure about their first-round pick capital, but I think that will get it done for me. But it still sucks because no matter what, it can't equal up to the greatness of Joel Embiid. But sometimes you just have to make a hard decision. I'm just tired of losing. Aren't you 76er fans tired of losing? I'm tired of freaking losing and getting so close. We could have ended the Boston Celtics in Game 6. And if we would have ended them in Game 6, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, obviously. And they will be talking about trading Jason Tatum. The Boston Celtics will be talking about trading Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. It wouldn't be us talking about trading our whole team pretty much. You know what I mean? It's just like Game 6 was the game we should have won. When we won Game 5, right, we should have won Game 6. We had it. And we let it get away. We should have won that game. And I had faith in Game 7, but they just showed no heart and desire in Game 7 in the third quarter. And I'm not blaming it all on Joel. But it has to be a lot of percentage of the blame has to be on him because he is the superstar player. Every player has to be held accountable. When LeBron James couldn't get over the hump, we held him accountable. Durant. Every great MVP player is held accountable. Jokic. But Jokic is in the Western Conference Finals right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to be held accountable. And I just want people to know, like, I love Joel Embiid's game. But there comes a time when you can't get the ball near the three-point line. You have to go down low and get them guys in foul trouble. Like, you got to change your game up. You got to adapt to what's going on. You have to do something different. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's not working, so change it up. Change it up. And it just sucks because I know he's such a great player, but I don't know if he can be the alpha one, man. I don't know if he can be the number 1 player on a championship caliber team. Can y'all let me know in the comments? Can Joel Embiid be the number 1 player on a championship caliber team? I know for a fact that alpha one, if he goes to the Warriors, will be Stephen Curry. Or, definitely Stephen Curry. And I think he would have a better chance in the West. If you add Joel Embiid with that squad, with that coach, I think they have a good chance to win a championship. But I just feel like we need to make a change. It's going to be a hard decision, man. Maybe we got another first round. Maybe 4 first-round picks. 4 first-round picks. Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins. We got to do something, y'all. Like, we got to do something. Can y'all tell me in the comments, what would you do? What would you trade? If we was going to trade the MVP, which is crazy to even say, we're going to trade an MVP. I know it sounds crazy, but I want to win, yo. Like, I want to win. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of losing, man. Especially in the second round to a team that the Boston Celtics aren't that good, yo. Like, they're not that good that we couldn't beat them. We had that series. They are a good team. I'm not saying that they played their ass off. The defense was spectacular. The Celtics defense was spectacular. The coaching change, the coaching move to put what's the Bulls' name? To put the one Bull in with Al Horford changed the game up, man. Like, and we didn't change anything. We didn't change up. We wasn't aggressive. James Harden was just, what do you say? Like, I don't even know what to say about that game, but I know we need to make some freaking changes. I know that for a freaking fact. We need to make some changes. Yeah, Robert Williams III. Like, come on, Joel. Like, you should be able to. I know it's 2 big men down. I know there's 2 big men down there, but at the same time, you gotta do something. You cannot be passive. You cannot give up on your team. I'd rather for you to go down fighting and swinging, and you lose to the better team, than you just putting up 15 points and 8 rebounds for a whole game 7. I'm sorry, I I'm not going to be one of those fans that's like, oh, he's the MVP. He got no. The time to really ball out is in the playoffs, yo. The time to show the desire and heart is mostly in the playoffs. That regular season don't mean nothing at the end of the day. It means something, but it doesn't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, championships makes careers. Allen Iverson was one of the greatest players of all time. But imagine if he had a title or two. Just imagine. Charles Barkley was one of the greatest players of all time. But imagine if he had a couple of titles on top. Just one. Imagine where he would be up in the top 50 players. Where he would be. He's so great. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Yao Ming. There's a lot of players that haven't won championships. But just imagine if they got one. But I know for a fact Joel Embiid cannot be playing like that. And I know for a fact if he gets traded to a team like the Warriors or the Heat, if the Heat don't win it this year, they're gonna put fire under his butt, and he's gonna have to ball out, and he's gonna have to do better than that. But we have to make a move. We have to make a change. Sixer fans, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to say about like this. It sounds crazy for me to say trading the MVP, but while his value is at the peak of the mountain, Mount Everest, you know what I'm saying? This is probably the best time to trade him. You get the most back for him, and we got to do something, y'all. I don't know if we're going to trade for Dame time. I don't know what they're going to do. Trade for Kevin Durant. I have no freaking clue. Leonard, I don't know. But we need something better than what we have. And it really does suck because I don't want to. All right, Doc Rivers didn't coach the best. But at the end of the day, your star players got to come up in the big moments. He didn't come up. James Harden, just get him the freak off this team. Get him off this team. Terrible performance, Game 7. I ain't going to talk you to death. Let's go Sixers for the next season, man. Let's go Sixers. Like and subscribe if you're a Sixers fan. And by the way, I'm going to be covering all the updates, breaking news throughout the summer. Even though it's off season, earlier than I wanted it to be, I will be covering everything possible Sixers. I am going to football now. I'm a Viking fan. I'm a hybrid fan, as you can tell. You see the Angel Peterson jersey. But I'm Philly everything else but football. But I will cover the Sixers. And you're probably going to ask in the comments, why are you a Viking fan? Because of Randy Moss. Blame Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss. He's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. But anyway, like and subscribe if you're a Sixers fan. And I'm out.